Good morning. Chautauqua County Sheriff Joe Gerasi recounts the quick work of a county dispatcher that quite possibly saved a young woman's life. A man who was on the run from police arrested in Dunkirk yesterday. And Relay for Life 2017. We honor the survivors today, Friday, June 2nd, 2017.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works Studios in downtown Jamestown. It's Morning News Now.
And good Friday morning. It is 59 degrees with a few clouds. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Kyle Helis. Our top story, a woman pulled from a burning car seconds after it burst into flames.
That's right, Kyle. Chautauqua County Sheriff Joe Gerasi says this is a case that could have ended very tragically. Gerasi says shortly before 1 p.m. on Thursday, a woman was knocked out cold after she lost control of her car and struck a tree head-on.
The landowner came out and made the 911 call about the crash. He was instructed by my dispatcher in how to proceed with saving this woman. The car started on fire. Dispatcher walked him and a passerby who stopped to help through getting her out of the car and dragging her away from the vehicle, which was eventually completely consumed in flames.
The sheriff says there's no doubt without the help of the dispatcher and the alert landowner, the woman driving the car would have died. The driver, identified by authorities as Chong Pandok, was flown to Hammond Hospital in Erie. There's no word on her condition this morning.
Over 12,000 tickets were issued and nearly 240 people arrested during the state's Stop DWI enforcement program on Memorial Day weekend. New York State Police Captain Eric Balin said that a limited budget makes it difficult to enforce DWI laws.
But we put on as many people as we can. We have a lot of times we have volunteers that'll change their shifts to come into work on these enforcement details. But like I said, we do have a somewhat of a limited budget.
Besides the nearly 200 arrests statewide, troopers investigated 146 personal injury crashes that resulted in 190 people being injured.
And a wanted man suspected of drug trafficking was arrested by Dunkirk police on Thursday. 27-year-old Kristen Mastre of Dunkirk was arrested on charges that he trafficked large amounts of cocaine. In April, task force officers seized a large quantity of cocaine and over $171,000 in cash.
Straight ahead on Morning News Now, a sneak peek of tonight's trifecta. But first, a look at your Skyline weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. We've got some rain in the forecast, so let's get right into it. First off, let's take a look at our forecast rain over the next 5 days. And now most of this rain will come on Sunday, and you can see we're looking at anywhere between ½ an inch to 1 inch of rainfall. And just for reference, I want to show you another output of another model, and you can see this model also is projecting about a ½ inch to about 1 inch of rainfall over the next 5 days. So the models are very consistent with this. We've got another soaker on our hands for Sunday. But for today, let's get right into your Skyline weather forecast. For today, Friday, the final day of the work week, mostly sunny skies. There is a slight chance of an isolated shower, mainly across western Chautauqua County towards the PA line. Will be up into the mid-60s for a high. For tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Again, another isolated shower chance, western Chautauqua County towards the PA line, dipping down into the lower 40s. And let's take a look at that weekend forecast. Saturday will definitely be the better of the 2 days when we make it up to 70. The average high this time of the year is 71, so be around average. And Sunday, there's that rain chance, widespread rain across much of the area with that possible embedded thunderstorm in there as well. From the Skyline Weather Center, I'm forecaster Dakota Hunter. Morning News Now continues right after the break.
Coming up on today's Trifecta, we're going to talk about the socioeconomic impact of O'Brien Ramos' murder. He was the young man that was murdered while standing on his porch at that house right there, 853. And we're going to talk to some residents and really get a wide variety perspective, all coming up tonight on the Trifecta at 10:30. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Please join us.
Jamestown's newest vape shop is Cloud City, located at 121 East 2nd Street and open 11 to 7 Monday through Saturday. This cool, fresh environment is a great place to hang with friends and vape. Cloud City's expert staff is here to help. Try their in-house flavor, Cloud City, a delicious marshmallow combination, or their flavor of the day for just $3. Whether you're a first-time vapor or an expert puffer, Visit Cloud City today.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Walmart says more than 1 million of its employees will double as delivery drivers as the company gets set to offer delivery service. The idea is being tested in 2 states, New Jersey and Alaska. The retail giant has stores within 10 miles of 90% of the population. However, the employees who participate will use an app to set their schedule to tell the company what kind of workload they want to take on. Quite an interesting idea.
WNY News Now is joining forces with Chautauqua Audio Works, a fast-growing local audio production company. Mike Cope and his wife Carrie own the company. Mike tells us that he launched his brand after his 16-year-old son succumbed to cancer.
We started back more or less as a hobby around '04, and did that up until about '06 when he had passed away from cancer. And we got involved with Tattoos down here, local tattoo shop that also had a skate store. My son loved skateboarding, and she started doing a music program called Skate Fest every year, which the proceeds went in a scholarship in my son's name. So we started running sound for that for multiple bands, and it just kind of grew to where we are an actual business.
We definitely have a mom and pop feel. It is definitely something that's very customer friendly, and anybody can just come up to us and just ask us about any kind of product or whatever, and we can say, hey, yes, we've used that, and give them the inspiration of whether it's something else they're looking for and get them what they want.
I think with us having the background, being musicians ourselves too, we understand a little bit more what everybody is looking for when they're walking into a store, and even the ones that are new musicians, that we can help, a little advice here and there.
Mike and Carrie say their unique experience in music makes them the #1 choice for all your audio needs. The store is open Monday through Thursday from 5 p.m. to 8:30 at 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. Call Mike and Carrie today to make an appointment for your audio needs. 716-410-6666.
The American Cancer Society's annual Relay for Life gets underway in Frewsburg tonight. The event's community manager, Heather Morris, says many of tonight's participants have amazing stories to share.
They've battled cancer not just once, twice, 3 or 4 times. And, they still have the gumption and the inspiration to come out here and still fight back against it. So I think that really hits me off guard every year. At the Luminaria ceremony, seeing how a community comes together really to rally around these survivors and then help those who have lost someone to cancer. So that really gives me inspiration each year.
And Kyle, the relay is set to kick off tonight at 6:30 in Frewsburg at the Central School track. I know Storm and I will be there with our camera, going to do some Facebook Live hits, so you'll want to check that out.
Very well. It sounds like a good plan. Big time, I had a cousin who was just diagnosed with cancer about 15 years ago. She actually just passed away just this past year. Her name was Sarah Jo Calla, Sarah Jo Hartwell as well. She was married. Most people in this town know her from the Foot Avenue Tops.
Yeah.
She's known for having stickers and candy for the kids when they come in the line. And, she battled that ovarian cancer for 15 years before it finally took her life.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. And, everyone has a story with cancer.
Everybody does.
And I'm sure some people in the comments will agree with me. I don't care where you are in the world or who you are. Cancer does not discriminate.
Right.
On
It'll
anyone.
take you. You're black, yellow, Chinese,
purple, whatever.
It does not matter.
And that's why the people at Relay for Life and like an event like tonight, I mean, I will be in tears when they do the Illuminari ceremony, because just you hear these stories and it's just so powerful.
Heartbreaking. It's
yeah,
heartbreaking.
it is. It really is. So, you know, I applaud everyone at the American Cancer Society and all the resources that they give, because
Especially
if
because
you're
they're mostly volunteers.
yeah,
as
you know,
well.
most of them are, and it's all donations, and so like we really encourage you to come out tonight at 6:30 if you can.
6:30
join us.
Frewsburg Track.
Yes, be there, please. And I mean, you don't have to stay the whole time. Really, the relay is a lot shorter than it was. They'll have the Illuminari at like 9, 10 o'clock-ish tonight. So they have a really great event, lots of stuff to do. I mean, you will be occupied most of the time, and like I was going to say,
Definitely an event to go check out, that's for sure.
And if you are battling cancer, just know that there are people out here to help you. And you know, you can call if you search the web. I'm sure you're online right now.
There's very much a lot of support
relayforlife.org,
for
and
cancer.
you can get help immediately. So hey, that's going to do it for today's edition of Morning News Now. We'll be back on Monday.
Join our social media revolution by following us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.